Hey Pink Posse, make sure you're tapping into Pink Sunday Radio every Sunday at 3 p.m. Eastern live on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Twitch. Follow us on all of our platforms so you never miss an episode.
It's Tia. It's been a Mississippi minute, but we bite, baby.
What's up, Pink Posse? It's your girl, Ja. And yep, we back at it like a crack addict.
It's your girl, Jiggy, a.k.a. Tanika. Listen, pull up on us. It's time to cut up, because we back.
What's up, Pink Posse? It's your girl, Kogi, and we're back. Pink Sunday Radio. Well, hello, everyone. Welcome to another edition of Pink Sunday Radio. I have all of the people today. I have my regular co-host, Jiggy.
Hey, y'all.
Tia.
Hello.
Oh, you're giving me an extra today. Okay.
A little touch.
Ja.
What's poppin', Pink Posse?
And I have my two guest co-hosts, Kemiyondo Coutinho York Walker.
Hello.
Okay, and this is the dynamic duo of How Red is Red podcast. Ja, we're gonna start off with the disclaimer, of course, before we get started.
Got you. So, the views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of any entities they represent. Pink Sunday Radio is rated mature for language and subject matter. Viewer and listener discretion is advised.
Now, y'all know we get a disclaimer because, child, listen,
I'm here for it.
Listen. Okay. And remember, y'all, we're on StreamYard now, so we're streaming on Twitch, on Facebook, on Twitter, on YouTube. So if you want to leave us a comment, go to YouTube or Facebook, and we will see your comments, and we'll bring them in throughout the show. Okay. Now, my first thing, when y'all on How Red is Red,
You gotta do eyes.
Before we join y'all in this ritual, wait, what does that mean? What does that mean? Y'all gotta give us that.
Go ahead, York.
If you don't do the eyes, and connect eyes with everybody that you're cheersing with, it's 7 years of bad sex, and we can't afford. No one.
We gotta do eyes. Yeah.
Okay, exactly. Because no, ma'am, no,
Yes, God.
absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
Okay,
We are not doing Mercedes season 1.
you know what?
We're not doing Haley and
not-
Andre? Oh.
We're not abstaining.
Not abstaining. Okay, so look, the first thing I want you to do is please, because some people don't know, and we trying to let the people know. So give us a brief little intro before we just get it all started. Kimmy and York, tell the people about yourself. Kimmy, I'm gonna start with you.
So I actually work on PValley. I'm a co-EP on this season. I joined season 2. And so it's actually interesting. We're going to discuss an episode that I wasn't there for backstage. So, I get to join in just like y'all as an audience. I met York, actually. I trained as an actor. And so I met York in grad school and had a crush on him. But he's for the men. He's not for me.
Yep.
And so we became best friends. I took the consolation prize of best friend instead of husband.
You know what? Not a consolation.
That is very sweet. I guess piggybacking off of that, yes, I'm an active homosexual. We just ended Pride, so everybody's taking down their rainbow flags, but I still have mine up in my heart on the daily. I'm also a writer, playwright, and TV writer. Let's see, I was about to say something shady. I am not on anything as cool as PValley. more of a,
yes,
boring stuff. But it's fine. Very happy to be here.
Okay. Well, I was gonna ask how y'all became friends and all that, but Kimmy already let me know.
But we don't know when we became close.
Yeah.
What do you mean you don't?
We don't know the moment. Like, we were in school together. She was a year below me. We think it was a play that we did together. And in the play, I was like playing like a 65-year-old man, and she was in her 20s, and they have a love scene, which is very strange.
Now that I think about it, that was a shady August Wilson.
Oh, it's an August Wilson play.
Yeah, 7 guitars.
Oh.
So we did that together, and I don't know if it was that awkward moment of having to do that love scene together that made us friends. That might have been it. I can't remember, but it was sometime around there.
I am just learning that it was awkward for him right now. I thought it was a beautiful time.
But you remember that moment with the director. So, okay, real quick. The director was trying to show me how to do the love scene. And so she stood in for Kimmy. And it just was very, very awkward because she was also an older woman and she was trying to figure out and placing my hands. She was like, you touch her there. And I was like, well, here we are. So yeah, it was very interesting. But we learned a lot. We grew as actors and became besties.
And you became besties. Okay then. Okay. So how did the idea for How Red is Red come about then? Like, how did that happen? Because I love the podcast. You know what, Kimmy?
Let me tell you, they showed me flames, okay? I was in a relationship and they showed me flames, okay? And I was like, how did I miss all these red flags? And so I remember I like to turn like shitty situations into funny situations.
Right.
And I remember talking to another friend about like what had happened to me. She's like, oh my God, you're so open about this. And like, it makes me feel less alone. I was like, we just need to just talk about failed dating. Because I feel like a lot of people have these dating podcasts where they're like, you just do 2 + 2 equals 4.
Yeah.
And I don't know what it's like for y'all. That is not my experience.
Right.
And so I was like, there needs to be a dating podcast where it's just 2 people who have failed. And who other? Me and yours.
That's basically and when she came to you, York, were you like, yeah, I failed?
Oh, like habitually failing. There is no winning over here. There has been very, very short stints of like, oh, we're succeeding. And then it immediately falls off. So I was like, well, if we can each one teach one, we may as well. And so that's how it started. But it's been a lot of fun to do. I didn't know what podcasting would be like because this is pretty much my first one. But we have a good time. And, we drink our libations. And,
We all drinking it out. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, I think it's time for How Red is Red. Now, York.
Y'all fancy on this podcast.
Got graphics and shit. We don't have it. Y'all got
Just a little bit.
a tech system. Y'all got all kinds of stuff going on.
That threw me off. Wait. Oh my God, wait. I forgot we had that graphic and I was like, not York. And then Tia said, wait a minute, graphic. Hold on.
You spend all these times making these graphics for nothing.
Wait a minute. Creative director. Hold up.
I know. That's right.
My bad, girl. Oh my God. Okay, so York.
Yes.
Your red flag is not.
Yes. My red flag is now your red flag, which is not Kimmy's red flag, which is not Tia's red flag, which is not Jiggy's or Jaws. So we got to figure out a common flagometer to be able to, so we all on the same page about what the red flags are. All right. So today, the pink flag is Uncle Clifford's wig pink. It was illustrious in the episode we have here.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, that's good.
Giving it. So,
But you saw it had a little strand of red, so it's giving. I could go.
It's giving
red.
trouble is ahead.
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah.
I like that, Ja.
Yeah. So the pink flag, we're gonna say, his profile. Let's say you're on a dating profile.
Okay.
And his profile says 6 feet. You show up to the date and the brother is 5'6". And you find out that he got lifts in his shoes. So he's probably 5'5". Is that a pink flag?
It's red for me.
Yeah, it's more. Yeah. Same.
I don't know about nobody else.
Yeah.
Well,
It's red.
I'm gonna give it pink, and I'm gonna say this: I have dated a couple of shorter guys. I am one of those people. I am 5'6". I am open to a little height challenge. But what would kind of give the little red tips on the end for me is why you gotta lie to kick it. Like I'm cool with it. It's all right, little brother. You know what I'm saying?
Long as you're gonna lie about something so little.
Yep, that's what I was
Then what else are you about to lie? That's why it's super red for me, because why are you lying? And it's not even like a couple of inches. Like I could shoot you some bail on, like you said you was 5'8" and you 5'6", but 6 feet, bruh. I don't got no bail. I don't got no nothing. Like date is over. Goodbye. Have a nice life. I'm finished.
What if he's like, I knew you wouldn't go on a date with me. Like some people have high preferences on the dating app, and he's like, I just wanted to be in there so that I could have a chance. Just so that you could
I appreciate that. I appreciate that. However, you were correct. I would not have come on the date. And now you are free to go and find the person. You can go find you a job that loves her, a shorty. And then you guys can live happily ever after. But for me, it's a no.
Okay, so as someone who is little and 4'10",
okay, well,
you know, I can only go up from here. So anybody that is above, you know,
okay, but that's a good question. Okay, because for you, everyone is taller than you. So
you know what, Kimmy? Okay, baby, but it's a little bit the way you said that.
I mean, it was accurate.
No,
but the way
he's making points. I mean,
but wouldn't it bother you that he lied? Like, okay, he's so taller than you, but he still lied.
Yeah, well, it would be a she, but the fact that she lied to me, I would have a huge problem with that because I like women that are tall, that are 5'5" and up. So, I mean, you know, it would.
Okay, so what if she put 5'6" and she's giving 5'1"?
Oh, that would piss me off.
Yeah.
That would piss me the fuck off because I really don't want somebody my height.
You don't want nobody snack size?
Well, it's 5'1" still a couple of inches taller than your height?
But that's too close.
It's too close.
Okay.
I get it. You ain't got to explain it to me. I understand. I had
what
a
if they
one.
like 5'3" with heels on? Like, what if they close? If they put their heels when they put their heels on?
You know what? But they don't. Okay, but see, I'm gonna get a little bit too.
Still lying though.
I'm gonna get a little too personal.
Heels to bed, girl.
Yeah, but I'm gonna get a little. But that's a little personal. But that's a little personal because they're gonna take the heels off and they still a little bit.
And they still.
But you know,
why they gotta take the heels off, sis? Add a little spice to your life.
There you go.
See, but there was a time. So there was one New Year's that I found myself in the arms of a 6'4" young man. Unparalleled experience, and it's rough to have to go backwards. It's just like once you had a taste of it, it's just like I don't know. Once we've moved past the fast food, not to say that short men are fast food. That's not what I'm meaning to say.
Not McDonald's, Happy Meal.
That's not what I mean.
Happy Meal. That's what it is.
Oh my God.
Listen, I'm
I
going to
feel
shut
like
up.
I feel like I can imagine a short king or queen putting in the work, just to show you I can handle.
They got something to prove. Trust me.
Yeah.
So I
have shit to prove.
I have dated short men before. I'm 5'6". So short to me is in that 5'6", 5'8" range. And it is, as York says, an unparalleled experience. So I'm not totally anti with, being the same height and the things that can happen when you're the exact same height. But you got to tell me the truth up front.
Yeah,
we're not building a relationship. We're not even, I can't even finish the date on a lie. Because it's like everything you say to me is going to be a lie.
Yep.
At this
Can't
point.
believe anything. So I don't mind a short king, but it's about to be awkward starting off because I'm already 6 feet tall.
Yeah.
So if I'm coming in expecting 6 feet tall and then I'm looking down at 5'5",
come on.
Yeah, this not gonna work. You're telling a dumb lie, an obvious lie to begin with.
We're all the same height lying down. You know what I mean?
wish.
That is so incorrect.
It's lying down when all of this is awkward, and now I can't trust you to tell the truth.
We have discussed you being the red flag often.
If I lay down with somebody 6 feet, we are not the same height lying down.
No, at all. At all.
But what if he's 6 feet and got a third leg? Like, I mean, it's really like obvious. Like he comes in, he a little short, but then you like, damn.
Well, the short ones be having the fantastical third legs. So that's why.
Look at y'all, is that true?
The short ones and the skinny ones. It's a little common. Okay, skinny.
York, I'm looking at you. Is that true? York, is that true? Do you agree with Tia?
Listen, I had heard about that. But see, the skinny one I knew about. The short one is something that is new to me. I'm discovering on today. Okay, that's interesting. You're giving some information that I may need to explore.
Because this is an informational show, to be honest. Like this is you can learn a lot.
Yeah, you can learn a lot. Okay. So regarding Murda Night 108, which we watched last night. Now, your pink flag was Murda's wig. I mean, not Murda's wig, child.
Clifford.
Murda, that's season 3, girl. Shh. Next time,
I can't stand
playing Uncle Clifford Closet. You're doing a lot right now.
Wait. Oh my God! Wait.
Maybe season 7.
You know what I mean, okay?
We got you.
Yes.
That's also why we give a disclaimer, because I just made that shit up just in case Because the Pink Posse be on the timeline.
You're right. Okay, so look. So there was a scene where you have a fan who's very excited. Very excited now. She displaying all her little titties to Murda once he gets off stage. Now, is that a pink? Because you didn't tell us what our red flag was.
Oh, let me child. We got so caught up in the short kings. The red flag this week is Montavious Blood Red. Yeah, I think that makes sense for this episode here. Now, this is something that I saw recently on social media, and it upset my spirit. So you have a boyfriend, and you also have a best friend, and the three of y'all hang out together. But your best friend and your boyfriend are really close to the point where they're almost best friends. And I saw this video where this young lady had her best friend and her boyfriend. They run around tickling each other, chasing each other around the yard and carrying on.
Yeah.
And it gave me such a strong Christian pause. I said, something is wrong here. And this chick doesn't even know that she's opened the door for her man to fuck her best friend. And I don't know the situation. Maybe they have enough trust. I don't possess it. To me, that's a blood red flag. So am I alone in that, or do y'all agree?
I saw the video. It's 100% Montavious blood red flag. I don't think she didn't open the door for them to fuck. They been fucking. He been putting his thumb in it. Like they been like
in the inbox.
In
the group chat.
I saw the video too.
Tia, the thumb.
We don't
But it depends. I feel like it depends. Kogi, like that red flag, here we go. But I think it depends, because I feel like were they friends before?
Listen, I don't know the details.
I don't
the only thing
that from the video.
The video gives me frolic. And the thing, you should not be frolicking with my man.
Frolic. Yeah.
There should be no frolic happening.
That is a perfect description.
With my man. They tickle each other and get. No, wait a minute. What's
You know what? Y'all shouldn't be able to hang out when I'm not there. I think that's a good line. Like, y'all get along when I'm there, but y'all shouldn't feel completely comfortable where you can hang out without me.
But this is the thing, is that she was there. This chick is recording. She's filming these videos of them frolicking and tickling each other. And this is why I'm like, why does everyone feel comfortable enough for you to be chasing sis around? Yeah.
Because when they get drunk, they have a lot of fun as a collective.
That's what it is.
That's exactly it.
Every now and then, it's like, hey.
Yeah.
And then her caption was something like, when your best friend and your boyfriend get along like siblings. I was like, that's what you see?
It wasn't.
That's what you see right now with your eyes?
That's
not what it was given.
Yeah, getting a lot of kiki, laughing, great. But we shouldn't be tickling each other.
And even if they were friends first, I don't know that I would have gotten with him if he has a best friend like that. Like, if I'm meeting him and we're starting the dating process, and then when I come through, you like, this my best friend, and y'all doing what was in the video, I don't even see us getting into a relationship, because I'm already seeing a problem.
See, but I feel like there have to be boundaries established. If you have a friend that's that close, once you are in a relationship, some of those behaviors, I just feel like, out of respect of the relationship, have to kind of shift. That doesn't mean that you're not still friends, you don't hang out and do all the things, but all this tickling and shit, it's the tickling and frolicking that bothers me. And I feel like it's not necessary.
What is this only for like heterosexual couples? Because I feel like, okay, for instance, Kogi, you date women, right? So I feel like
no, I gotta be in it.
Wait, no, because I'm trying to make sure that we're like,
okay.
Because me and my best friend, I like that. So I'm just like, if someone came to date me, they wouldn't. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like women have very intimate, touchy friendships, just period, like platonically. So is it still a red flag in that situation? Because I feel like if someone came to date me and they saw me with my best friend, you would be like, because we be like, I could sleep in the bed naked with her, like all the things.
Baby, no. No. I can tell you right now, if my girlfriend saw me doing that, absolutely not. If I saw my girl doing that frolicking bullshit, absolutely not. That's a little bit too far for me. No, ma'am.
And that's the thing. And I wish we could play the video for the people, because there's a quality within the frolic that I can't quite describe. It's too comfortable. It's not just like
too comfortable. It's the comfortability. It's the comfortability. Yeah. Kimmy, please get out of that red flag, baby. Look at me.
Because see, I feel like she brought up a valid point. Like, okay, so if like going back to the guys, what if they play football, right? You know, in football, it's always a lot of ass slapping and grabbing and, you know, roughhousing. So if your boy is, you know, getting a little slap happy and grab assy, you know, but just is it looking away because that's common?
As an active homosexual, if my man wants to be playing football, by all means. But when the game is over, don't be slapping. And you know he got a man. Don't be slapping his ass. And this is what I'm saying. The adjustments. It's like, oh, I know you got a man. I don't want there to be any misconstrued. So let me act accordingly and respect your relationship so that nothing can get, turned around in the interpretation. It's a simple thing. You don't have to smack my man's ass after playing football. You don't have to do that. You can still be close. You can still have, the same relationship. But like if y'all had sleepovers and like to sleep in y'all drawers and watch horror movies, that now transfers over to me. I'm the only one watching horror movies with my nigga in his drawers. And I think that's okay. Yep. Y'all can watch movies in your clothes. I'm not trying to get in the way of your friendship, but there just got to be some
boundaries.
Made.
Yeah, there needs to be some kind of boundaries.
It was the blurred line
over here, but it's giving Trey and Guy. I know this is a different show, but for those of us who involved the Noah's Ark rewatch, it's giving a little Trey and Guy. Well, let me massage your feet while we watch the game.
Yep. It's almost beyond. It's a lot going on in the video.
It was too comfortable. Yeah, Tia got to see if she could pull up the video. I'm
doing it now.
Comfortable. Like
I know you are, Tia. I was like, what Tia doing? Tia is pulling up this video.
It's not football slapping you on the ass. It's like if they were both standing and he walked by and slapped his girl on her ass. That's normal. But he also slapped the best friend on the ass. It was looking like it was that kind of relationship. It was like too much, no boundaries and blurred lines. And I'm looking at the best friend kind of crazy because what are you doing?
Why do you feel comfortable doing that in front of me with my man? That's not okay.
Girl, Kenny.
We know.
Tia then pulled up this video. I can tell you that. Look at her.
What is happening? Look at her.
Got that focus face.
Give me a second now.
We need a Tia on How Red is Red to pull up some live videos.
Don't y'all still our creative director?
It's fancy.
We're like, Tia, you got that red lipstick. You fit in, right? Come on over.
Y'all are doing a lot. Give me a second.
Why Tia? Do you have it yet, Tia? Because I have a question.
No, go ahead. No, go ahead with your question. I need that much time.
Okay. No, but I do have. So now that we know that it is Montavious Red, and we know that it is Uncle Clifford pink wig, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
This interaction with the fan, because I want to get some Murda Night in here. This interaction with the fan, would that be a pink or red? If you're a rapper and you have, now I know you DL, right? So nobody knows that y'all are together. But now you got a fan that wants you to sign the titties. You got the record execs. I get it. But it's like, and Uncle Clifford like, there ain't no signing titties and all that. But now, Murda, you know Uncle Cliff right there. Is that a red flag or a pink flag? That, or is Murda, I mean, come on.
For me, I don't even think it's a pink flag. Just because I think that there's a persona to Lil Murda. You know, it's like even in the episodes, like Lil Murda, LaMarcus. And I think that like Uncle Clifford has to realize she signed up for a man who has a persona called Lil Murda. And I do think there's limits to it. Obviously, even in this episode, we see limits. So you signing someone's titties, I'm just like, first of all, Uncle Clifford's surrounded by titties all day, every day. So like, I just feel like
that's true.
It's kind of like dating an actor. I've seen like women date male actors. They have to give up this persona of like being wanted or desired, and it is a part of the job. And so, as long as there's communication of like, this is what it is. Sometimes I gotta do this. I didn't find it disrespectful personally, but I also am known to be a Lil Murda apologist. So.
Oh, are you a Lil Murda apologist?
Yes,
me too.
Oh Lord.
I'm going to have to disagree with you here. No. That you can have all the persona you want to have. If I'm standing right, because with the persona of being, the rap niggas get away with anything. Like you could, no, shorty, I'm gonna go there. You could, I'm gonna come back later or something like that. There's a way that he could have swerved it in a way that made her feel seen or something like that. That also doesn't disrespect his partner.
You know this man don't want no titties. He's sucking your
right. Right. You know this man don't want no titties.
But is that, wait a minute. Now, is that, I can't remember. Is that established? Is Lil Murda bi?
Actually, very good question. Very good question.
And if we haven't had that conversation,
it is not established.
If we haven't had that conversation about who you're, I don't know where the lines are drawn for Lil Murda and where I don't know.
It's so crazy because in media they call him gay, queer. Like I've even heard bi. Like has Katori, Kimmy, when y'all talk, like it hasn't been defined yet, right?
Yeah.
His sexuality, it hasn't, right? Yeah.
I think something that I love about Katori and how she approaches a lot of the characters is she actually shies away, not shies, but like, she's like, in these places, people aren't thinking about boxes the way like a lot of us think about boxes. They just are, you know? Right. And so, and I even think about that, like how, especially like Gen Z is all about like, who are you? What's this box that you belong in? Yeah. Whereas, like, for me, I don't even think Murda knows. Like, that's just my personal opinion as an audience member. I don't know that, because there's so much he hasn't accepted, I don't know that he actually knows where he would fit in what we consider these boxes that we use.
Okay.
And all the more reason he don't need to be signing no titties in front of me. And so with that, I would say that it is a pink flag for me. I'm not going to leave the situation, but it's a little disrespectful. It's slightly, because I think there's a better way for you to handle it. So I'm going to keep that in my back pocket. And if you pull out some shit like that again, we're going to have a conversation or I'm out. That's just me.
Okay, then. Okay, well, shit. I already know that the VIP room. Then that's the red flag. Shit.
Gotta be.
Oh, we have passed red flag. We in hell in the VIP.
Oh, okay.
We passed the flags and gone straight to hell. Yes.
Okay, so Kimmy, look at your mouth already. If there was no flag for the signing of the titties, are you giving this at least a pink? The VIP?
Okay, I have to also put the disclaimer that obviously as a writer of the show, like,
okay, right.
I have a lot of context, and like you live in the characters, and so I generally have a lot of empathy for them. So it's very hard for me to judge a lot of these characters.
That's true.
So I'm gonna try and remove myself from it. I just feel like he's trying so hard to like navigate this new music industry thing, and then you got like the music exec guy talking about being authentic, and then Uncle Clifford comes. I just think that he panicked. I think he panicked.
Yeah.
And I think the fact that he like came to the office. Stop judging me, York. I think that the fact that he came into the office and like immediately caught that what he did was not okay, to me just says like he just panicked. It's not indicative of like no shady necessarily.
Yeah.
Shady. I just think, but I have a very soft spot for that character.
So there's part of what you said that I agree with.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that the conversation he has with her in the office is very, like, he's actually being very open and honest with her in that conversation. And so I shoot him a little bit of bail for that piece of conversation, because that is when he's like saying, hey, look, I was just flexing. This is habit. This is what I do. I think that was a very genuine conversation. But that VIP was bullshit. Like all of that was bullshit. Like, cause even I get, and we have a whole nother thing where people blame Wody for that because of the conversation Wody had with him in the previous episode. And I kind of feel like I get why they say that, but even Wody in this room we talk about all the time was like, bro, what you doing? Like, you doing a much right now. Like, that's not what I said. I just said, hey, like, be a little more discreet with what you're doing. I get it. You love her. I'm all for that. I'm happy you found somebody, but you understand the industry that we're in. So you can't be out the way that you want to be if you want to go to these levels that you have told me and we have discussed that we want to go. Mm-hmm. But then he went into the VIP and acted a whole ass, like, because it was a couple of different ways he could have handled it. Because all she did was put her hand on his shoulder. Like, she didn't whip her dick out. She didn't try to kiss him. She didn't do nothing. So there's so many ways he could have handled, and he did absolutely panic. That, and it's one of those. So I have this thing I say in my life: I don't agree, but I understand. I don't agree with what he did, but I understand why he did it in that moment, because he did panic. Absolutely. So to me, the VIP is all red. I will give a little pinkish hue to
not hue,
because it was a very genuine conversation.
Yeah,
but he still really didn't say nothing, because it's like, okay, this is what happened. So what we finna do?
Not fish eye. Not fish eye.
Like,
are we forgetting though that Murda's like 16 and a half in the head? You know what I'm saying? Uncle Clifford is a full grown ass, one person. Like, so at 40 years old, your mind is more. Huh?
No, I'm laughing at York. Go ahead. Go ahead.
At 40 something, of course, and us ladies, I'm not, we're a little,
of a certain age.
Yeah. Seasoned up, a little seasoned salt, a little Larry's or whatever. But so we think a little more in depth, but again, he's inexperienced. This may possibly have been his first, situation like that. And he's head in. because, you know, that's how young people are. Just jump in first and then figure out if the water's cold or hot later. But the fact that for me, and I'm going with the pink into the red, you know, little doo-wop bop, because I feel like he did not let it linger. Like we see him realize that he messed up. And then, you know, we didn't see this part, but he's like, excuse me, I got to go to the bathroom real quick. And he takes the little segue and goes right to the office, you know, and tries to. So I feel like there was not enough credit for the fact that he's young, inexperienced, and, you know, tried to.
There's another version of that man that gaslights Uncle Clifford. And it's like, what the fuck did you expect me to do? Like, you know, you're acting crazy. You should know. Like, I think that he could have easily gaslit Uncle Clifford. Didn't gaslight Uncle Clifford, to your point. And the place where I think Murda fucked up was promising. Because you want to be taking me to a car, promising me futures that you can't.
Baby, that point.
But I think if Murda hadn't done that, Clifford wouldn't have had that big of a reaction because she bought into the dream, which I understand. They be real convincing.
They're buying into the dream, huh? Yeah.
And the thing about him being young, listen, sure, he's the youth of America. But the youth will ruin your life. You can't like you can say that he's young and he don't have as much experience, but your credit score is still low because of this nigga. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't the age, it's still your life will still be ruined from a young person. So to me, I agree with Kimmy, which is why it's in hell, because you just said to me all this shit that sounded so fantastic and you setting up the dreams, and now all of a sudden you want to be acting funny like you just didn't say that. I don't know how much time passed, but it's still fresh in my mind. So why? And didn't do nothing. Just a hand. Just a hand.
Nothing.
It was
as the boss, the owner of the club,
right?
Going to VIP, checking on the VIP patrons, which is like, y'all good? Y'all want me to get y'all something?
And you could have said, "No, we good."
Anybody could have been sitting there where Murda was, and she would have done the same thing. She would sat there, put her hand on the shoulder. Hey, what you ballers doing? What can I get you? She probably did that in whatever other VIP rooms the Pynk has. She probably went in there and did that. Now, I will say, and we've had this conversation where I was like, I don't know that I would have gone into where I saw my man having what I perceive as a business meeting. So that has always been my thing about this scene. They know that's always been my thing. If I saw my man, because yes, she would have gone in any room. However, I do not think that's why she went in this VIP room. I think she went in this VIP room because it was Murda there.
But he led her here, right? My issue with this scene has always been, how did we get here? Right? He has sold her all these promises. From the beginning, she's been reluctant. We can't do this. I don't know if we can do this. We're not meant for the outside. And it's like, yes, we are. I'm ready. Let me take you out. Where we going? He's always put her thoughts and her feelings ahead. We go to the stars and you do all this romantic stuff for me. So now it's like, okay, well, maybe he is for real. Maybe I can trust these words. So she steps out on faith a little bit in this room. She didn't go overboard. She didn't do a lot. It was like, let me see. She places a hand and now it's mortification because he got bass in his voice and he don't want to be bothered and you're embarrassing me. Like, wait, what happened to us seeing the stars and all this romantic stuff 5 minutes ago?
I think Murda is a people pleaser and wants to be liked. And so I think when you grow up being a people pleaser, and you can see it, it's like, what does all this mean? What does this mean? You know? And I think he was just saying shit that sounded nice without realizing what that shit means.
Yep.
And I think where he failed is the moment that he could have backed up his words, he didn't.
He didn't. Yep.
But we're all human. God is not done with us. I think, to Tia's point, immediately when Uncle Clifford was like, shit, let me solve this right now. And I also agree with Uncle Clifford. Like, she was like, fuck you. Like, I'm not about this life. And so, just like Tia said, I don't agree, but I understand. I understand.
So let's take a quick look at this frolic. So we can see if Kemi still feels the way she has said she feels.
Who's gonna catch you?
Why would you do that?
So sick.
What in God's green hell?
So Kemi, tell us, does that change any of your opinions?
No, listen, I think that's a red flag. I think it's a red flag. I just think that sometimes there may be a best friend that you have a close relationship with. But in me watching it, what is interesting is her, right? They fight like siblings. I think she's trying to sell us a story, and she's trying to sell herself a story. Yep. They're not fighting. Them two are not. They're not fighting.
It's an excuse to touch.
Flirting.
Yeah.
Straight up flirting.
Her mouth was real close to his dick at the end. Y'all saw that?
Yeah. Yes, we did. That's why we were telling you.
It's a cultural difference, because sometimes, really lighter skinned people do things a little differently,
Yeah.
But I just don't think there's that much cultural difference in the world. I'm sorry, they fucking thumb.
Yeah. And the way that when she was on the ground
around in strange ways too with each other, and when they're supposed to be hetero. So
well,
that's what they do.
A whole tangent.
No.
Go ahead.
Do that tangent. I want that tangent.
We do tangents here.
This is something that I found out.
Hold on, York. Before you go on a tangent.
Yeah.
Oh, that's you pointing to me.
I'm ready.
Are you an everyday hustler? Are you always on your steady grind? Are you a Black storyteller that matters? Check out actor and philanthropist J. Alphonse Nicholson's signature apparel line at 5grinds.com and pick up a t-shirt, hoodie, and book bag and tell the world who you are. That's FIVE Grinds.com.
Child, I was waiting for the drop word. Pointing. When did that become the present?
Y'all are too fancy for me.
I know. You're talking because ain't no sponsors interrupting us. I'm trying to have that sponsor moment like before.
I love that. Ooh, that was so sexy. Yeah. The saxophone. Come on, y'all are. What I was about to say, we're talking about how some straight Caucasians act with each other. I recently found out that there is apparently a game that straight white men play when they're in their youth.
Oh, the cracker.
The cracker or the cookie. They put it on either on a chair or something, and then they do what's known as a circle jerk, where they're all masturbating, and then the last one to ejaculate has to then eat the cookie or cracker.
Are you serious?
Yes.
This is a heterosexual game. Okay.
Heterosexual game.
And they're the ones who are homophobic.
The main one.
As an active homosexual, that's gay as hell. It's gay as hell. There's no way that you can make that a straight activity. There's no There's no, but they do it apparently. I've never heard that with us. Meet Soggy Biscuit. Come on.
Okay, we have somebody who knows something about something.
I don't even know how to pronounce this name.
Thank you for the education.
Thank you for thank you. That is they are on Twitch. And their comment is Soggy Biscuit. That comment is from Twitch. Wow. Okay.
That is crazy. But I've never heard of us doing that. I think that's cultural, but yeah.
Now, I grew up around them folks. I've heard of the circle jerk, but I wasn't aware of the Soggy Biscuit activity. Yeah. Even the circle jerk is a lot.
What are the other applications for the circle jerk in with the ones that you grew up around?
Oh, baby, honey, maybe I just really because I don't even know about that.
Like I've heard of like standing around in a circle and each one reach one or something. Like I've heard some different.
Baby, I don't even know that. Baby, we didn't do that in H-Town.
These are also heterosexual males.
Yes.
Supposedly. I just heard about it in passing. I didn't see it. I didn't have anybody admit to it. It's just something that I've heard.
Word on the street.
Word on the street is.
But some as long as you're not entering. Actually, that's not even true. I think some people, straight men, feel like as long as you're not the person being entered, then it's not gay. So the lines are.
It's true.
I've heard that.
That's
real
true.
Wavy.
That is very true.
Do I buy into that? No.
Yeah, I feel like in jail. Isn't that the same vibe?
I think so. I've heard tell.
So here's my thing with the jail thing. So in the first season of PValley on Facebook specifically, a lot of people were saying that Murda was straight and was turned gay in jail when he went to prison. And that was kind of like because he's a masculine presenting male, that was kind of the excuse that a lot of people gave. And that's why I have a lot of trouble when that is brought up in conversations about gay men, because and then a dude on the actual post was like, he had a friend that had a girlfriend and stuff, went to jail and is out of jail and is now fully gay out. And he was like, he just got in there and found out he liked it. And I said, so I'm sorry, boo, but I'm pretty sure your friend was probably gay the whole time. And he just didn't want to tell you. And he knows that as a hetero man, you want to believe that he just got turned gay in jail because he doesn't want to have the other conversation with you where you're questioning, so when we was at the pool together as kids, you were gay. When we were in the locker room together, you were gay. When we was doing this together, he doesn't want to have that conversation. And he knows that you want to believe, I got turned out in jail. So that's what he's telling you. But ain't no way, boy, to me. I'm not saying that it doesn't happen. I'm not saying that there aren't things that there aren't exclusions, there aren't exceptions. There's not that. But that trope to me is always bothersome because I see it used a lot in the hetero community to excuse away someone being gay. Me personally.
I agree. And I think to me, I'm going to use a metaphor I think for some people, there's certain foods, for instance, I didn't know I liked till I came to America because I just wasn't exposed.
Right.
It's just what I was told to eat was a certain thing, and then I come to America, I'm like, I actually prefer that to this. And so I think if we understand that sexuality is a spectrum, I do think that what's actually happening is that it's giving an environment where you can explore parts of your sexuality and it won't be judged or it won't be looked at in a certain kind of way. It's kind of like a bubble. And then I think it gives maybe not courage, but I think it's just a situation of exposure. But I agree with you. I don't think people can get turned gay because of jail. And I personally don't think that that's what it was with Murda at all. I don't think so at all.
Me neither. That's why I had to get from Facebook on to Twitter and meet these people because they were crazy over on Facebook. Talking about PValley, it was a lot.
I think because I do think like to York's point about like, oh, if I'm entering, I'm not gay. It's like it is interesting that people will say like, oh yeah, that was just in a jail setting, and I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. I think that was just a setting that wasn't judging you. Is what I think.
Exactly. That part. That's for me what I think it is. You're going into an environment where a lot of men, that's the environment. It's acceptable for them to be free in order to do that without judgment. You come out in this world and it is full of hate and judgment, and you're not able to be yourselves. But then you can go into a space where there is none. You come out and you're like, hey, I'm gay, and they're like, what, nigga? Oh yeah. Jail did that. And it's like, sure, okay, that wasn't the case the whole time, but you know, it's unfortunate, and I agree. I don't think that was the case with Murda. Murda's story is complicated. I think that's
we have so much to find out still.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Murder, we still trying to figure out the sex work part.
Sex work.
I mean, he has sex work in his past, the gang life, the everything. I mean, every single thing. So, I mean, I think that's what makes him such a great character. I want to bring up some of the flags that Ja had mentioned about. I guess this is not this green flags. Y'all do have green flags on the show.
Yeah, we do.
Yep. You do have green flags. Now,
at the very end.
You know what?
Those are the small successes that were present.
I don't know if this would be just, what is your opinion? Haley initially leaving Mercedes and then coming back for her. Like, wait, who made that noise? What? I mean, you know, your friend, listen, your friend
is so much putting so much on their relationship.
A lot of heavy lifting in that
one. Your homie, your
colleague,
your sidekick,
colleague.
Your colleague.
That's what it is. Colleague.
That's a good one. Your colleague. Yes. Yeah. Your thumb duo, your partner. Yeah. She came back for you though. It took her a minute because she thought about it. And she came back.
Can I ask a clarifying question? Because I was rewatching it, and then I was like, was something wrong with her keys?
No.
Okay. Because it looked like she got in that car and she struggled with her keys. And then I was like, did something not work? She lost the keys or something. She had the right one. That's why she couldn't take off.
That's the only reason why she went in?
I'm just...
I could buy it.
I can see it.
Okay. I was just... That's why I had to clarify.
Oh, that's what it was? Okay.
With a guilty conscience, who's like,
okay.
I shouldn't do this.
Got it.
Okay.
Great.
Okay.
You got to have me go back and look like.
I know. I'm like, wait.
Did my battery fall? Wait,
I don't have quite enough time to keep it out, but.
Yeah. Was that why? Okay.
All right. That was giving Montavious Red because. First of all, Mercedes did not have to go into that room.
Yep.
Mercedes, and they weren't even that close. Mercedes saw danger. She put herself in the line of fucking fire for you. And the last image you saw was this abusive man that you know, hands around her, and you're like, sis, thank you for your services. I'm out. and like, sure. She came back, but you know what they say: when someone shows you who they are, believe them.
Yep.
The first time, and her first thing was to bounce, and I'm just like, that was shady. But if I'm to give her empathy, she just got triggered. I think she got triggered, and what Haiti knows how to do is run. That's what she does when she's triggered. And so I think we can give her a little gold running and coming back.
She made it all the way to the car. That was far. She got dressed. She left the club. She went down around the corner to her car. Got in, closed the door, and put the keys in the ignition. Before she was like, "Oh, maybe I shouldn't let my friend die." Like last night on the timeline, I was like, baby, it been 5 minutes. It was more than 5 minutes to get dressed. So if Montavious had been really on his shit, she would have came back to. It would have been Mercedes in a pool of blood red. Because right? And then she had to come all the way back, move through the people in the crowd, and get back to the.
So I have a question for everybody. Would you have left, or would you have immediately gone back? Would you have, if you wouldn't have left, would you have thought about leaving? Would you have left, and would you have gone back if you had got all the way to your car?
What do you mean left? Like
I wouldn't have left.
Left out the room?
I would have went to go get Big
left out
L,
the room,
Diamond,
of course.
Somebody.
But would you have left the club? Like, would you have done all that? Would you have even thought about, I just gonna get the hell out of here?
I'm trying to think of the colleague that would be equal. Because that's where the rubber meets the road when you get specific.
That part.
But they have become friends.
I don't
they
think
have
I
been sharing
could.
about their daughters and living together.
Because even if I didn't like you, I can't stand your ass. But you came in this room to save me.
Yeah.
I can't then leave out and contemplate leaving you. I couldn't do that.
It almost makes it worse because we're not close, and you put yourself. You know.
Yeah.
I would have went to go get help.
Yeah, I would have got Big L, but he busy looking for drugs. So
he was.
I don't know. I would have got somebody. I would never have thought to leave because I immediately would have been like, she don't even really fuck with me like that. She came in here to try to save me. Like, there's no way I could even thought about it. And I probably would have got reinforcements. Like, as soon as I saw I didn't have my gun, I would have went and got some men. Like, I thought it was either way. I thought it was stupid her going back in the room by herself. Yeah, because you and Mercedes weren't able to take him down before you left out the room. So what's going to happen? You don't have a gun, a knife, a bat, a pot, nothing.
Can we talk about this real quick? When Mercedes took that bottle and decided to get crazy with it, and she broke it first, shouldn't she have broke it over his head?
Thank you. Why is she always breaking bottles? That's her move, but it never works out.
How don't you take it to the neck? Like, I'm not understanding. Why are we not breaking a bottle and like, I don't understand. Carotid artery. Why are we not killing motherfuckers with the glass? I don't understand.
But that's where the hit on the head, because she would break it on the head, then you slit his neck.
I don't understand. I don't understand.
A little discombobulated.
No, I don't understand how we got a whole ass motherfucking kitchen and you ain't went to go get a knife. How you not? Exactly. How you coming back into the room empty-handed?
No weapon. No, not you didn't go get the niggas.
Can we go get?
Go get the whole club.
How you don't get no
club
grease?
People.
How you don't get no hot grease? I know that's hot grease on that stove. I know that's hot grease on that stove.
That burnt ass hot wing grease is in the back.
I know it is. How are we not burning niggas' faces? How are we not killing them? Oh Lord Jesus! I just want to
die, nobody.
I just thought of something. Do you think if she had found the gun, she would have gone back?
Well, that's what her initial. I think her initial plan was. She was going to get the gun, go back, and shoot him.
Well, I don't know, because she changed clothes.
You know?
She changed
clothes first.
She didn't go for that gun first.
Yeah. Well, maybe she didn't think she could. Maybe she didn't think she could properly execute him in her flaws and her heels.
With her titties swinging around. Because remember, she ain't had no shirt on. Like
no.
Like, you can't fight with your titties.
No, she had put
around.
her little thing back on. Her little thing that she had
if she
bedazzled.
wanted to do that, she could have gone to that locker, threw on her Converse, grabbed that gun, and went back to that room. She put on jeans, sweaters, earrings.
Really did.
Yeah.
She straightened out her hair and everything in the bathroom mirror.
She was not concerned.
Well,
but to answer your question about Mercedes with the bottle, I actually think Mercedes is scared to kill someone, which is why I think the Montavious thing wants her so much. I think she's trying to cause her bark is sometimes bigger than her bite, and so I think she was trying to scare him, so he lets him go. But I think it's actually really hard for her to kill, which is why I think you see in season 2 how much it haunts her. Because I also know that that's something Katori is really passionate about. It's not like people don't just kill and move on with life, because that's a stereotype about Black communities. Like, we just do okay, and it's like no, there's like mental trauma that happens. There's like a price to pay for this. It's not just an action movie. And so I think, per your question, as much as we're like, just do the thing, I think it's scary.
I guess for me, it would have been to knock him out because those bottles are heavy at the bottom. So if you take that to the temple and you get a good swing back and you hit that to the temple, in my thought process, it would have knocked him out, allowing them to run out. Nobody would have had to die. He might have had some brain damage, but that would have been my way of doing it. But I see what you're saying.
Yeah, the knocking him out, that's my thing. I wouldn't have necessarily been trying to kill him, but we got to at least get him incapacitated so we get the fuck out of here. And then, hey, y'all, like Diamond, Big L, it's something y'all need to take care of in the VIP.
Exactly.
And they could have gone, because he told Haley he had people out there watching. He clearly didn't, because it's months, 5-6 months before anybody from Delta Devoted even comes to find out what happened to him. So he obviously was going on a very emotional mission. He didn't think nothing. He probably didn't expect to find Haley with people. Like, he was probably expecting to just find her and be able to overtake her. So he didn't really plan it out really well at all.
Exactly. Yeah. So I think this is a perfect time to segue into rating this episode.
I'm so impressed with y'all.
Okay. Okay, you guys. So y'all already know what time it is. Oh my God, the difficulty of it all. I know.
Let me give the ratings out first.
Okay. Girl. If you don't let me finish my little cute intro, because I had to shade Jiggy first.
Give me the cute.
Why you shading me? What I did?
I wanted to shade Jiggy and say we don't know where Murda Night's gonna land, but
I think I kind of know where Murda Night gonna land.
But Jiggy
paying attention. Why?
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, come on in. Let's go.
So these is the ratings. 1 mic is Unk's chicken and dressing. 2 mics is sit on my lap slaw. 3 mics is Ernestine's neck bones. Now, some of y'all might disagree, but it's a 3 on this show. Some of y'all probably would give it a 1, but it's 3 mics for us. 4 mics is lemon pepper wet, but we had to throw in wheat wains because Jiggy and Ja do not like lemon pepper wet for whatever reason.
Don't.
And 5 mics is Murda's pork chops, collard greens, candy yams, and cornbread. These are the ratings.
Love it.
I like a little dry lemon pepper just to throw it in, but not wet.
Yeah,
I like no lemon.
Yeah.
Have you had lemon pepper wet, Kimmy?
I have, but I like it dry.
I don't feel like the lemon pepper sticks to the wings well when it's dry.
Oh, it do.
Yeah.
Okay.
I agree.
Yeah.
I'm in Atlanta too, so maybe I've been having the wrong lemon peppers.
Go to Chicago and go to Sharks and get your lemon pepper dry.
Sharks.
And Sharks. Mm-hmm. Or Captain Hooks or somebody like that.
Well, see, I was like Harold's and Uncle Remus and stuff when I lived in Chicago. I never lemon pepper, like party wings is not really a big thing I did in Chicago. That's more of an Atlanta thing, like lemon pepper stuff like that. I go get fried chicken with mild sauce, and the mild sauce is on the bread, just the
and
right.
The fries.
That's my thing.
No Harold's and no mild sauce. We got another show.
Well, y'all need to have voodoo fries anyway.
Is that a Houston thing?
Well, tell us about that.
Yeah, tell us about the voodoo fries.
Enlighten us.
Maybe that's a little Creole Houston Cajun thing. I don't know, but does it sound good? Right? Yeah. So it has like cheese. It's like Cajun fries. It has the Cajun seasoning on the fries, and then it has cheese and it has ranch dressing.
I didn't know that.
Okay. You had it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's voodoo fries, but okay. So usually I start off rating the episode, but last week I did Any, Mini, Mighty, Mo. So since we have guests, I'm gonna let York do it.
Oh yeah.
What I rated, me myself personally?
Mm-hmm. Yes, it's time for you to rate the episode, sir.
I'm gonna give it 5 mics. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Why you look so shocked?
Really? This is interesting.
Can we clarify? What are we rating? Are we rating like
just the episode?
Just like how you
like? Did we enjoy it?
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, okay, got it.
How much you enjoyed it or didn't enjoy it, or somewhere in between.
5 mics, okay.
I'm gonna give it 5 mics. I'm gonna tell you why.
Break it down.
One, my best friend works on the show. That's number one. Number two, it brought up so much conversation. We watched it again yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
And it brought up so much conversation in the watching of it. And that to me is a really successful episode when you're sparking conversation with the audience. I also thought it was a great ride, a great journey. I was scared for the characters. There was some tough moments in the Uncle Clifford and Murda having their little moment. It had all of the right elements. It was a really great finale. Like the end of the season, it was like, okay, I got to come back for season 2, which I think is the definition for me of a successful episode / finale.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
It was great.
Okay. I agree. All right, Kimmy.
No, I have to go last because I work on the show.
Okay, then.
Okay.
It's a 5 mic episode for me. It's a 5 mic. Okay. I could, if I was gonna give it less than 5, it'd be like a 4.8. But it wouldn't be too much lower than that. It's probably in my top 5 episodes. I haven't done my list yet. I keep saying I'm going to, but I would definitely put it in my top 5 episodes.
What you got, Kogi?
Right.
No, I'm not.
We waiting.
I'm not doing this with you today, Jiggy, because you're playing with your earring, and I know that. That means
I'm just trying to hear what you about to say.
No, because we do this every week. You've already written out your whole list, and I don't know where this one lands for you, and so I feel the judgment. Okay. So this episode, it had all the spices for me. Okay, it really did have everything I needed in life. I didn't feel like things were missing. Okay. I didn't feel like things were missing. I didn't feel like I wanted more or characters were pissing me off. Like everything was placed so well. The only thing I didn't need was Rome. Okay. But he's a part of the story. So fine. Everything was done perfectly. But was it a 5 mic? Is it in my top 5? Jiggy?
Why am I in it?
Was it in my top 5? I would say Murda Night is in my top 5. Okay. And I'm giving this episode a 4.5.
Did we
okay. Now, you said all that like I was gonna be shady, but we kind of got a close rating. It's not in my top 5. For me, it's about number 8 or 9. But I gave it like a 4.2. It can't be 5 mics because there's only can be 3 5 mic episodes, and that's the top 3 episodes of the show. Anything outside the top 3 for me can't be 5 mics. But I love this episode, and it's bunched in with a couple of episodes that kind of change in rating depending on when I'm watching it. Like the episodes that are like 4 through 8, it's in there. It's there with the death drop, and it's there with those the trap and things like that. It's a great season finale. It made you wait enthusiastically for season 2. Those 2 years was a long ass time after this episode. Great episode. So 4.5, 4.23 in there for me.
Yeah.
So I'm going to give it a 4, and I'll tell you why. For all the reasons everyone said, as far as what's in the episode, the highs, the lows, the action, the anticipation that you left with, masterpiece. You know what I'm saying? But this episode, when I first watched it, stressed me the fuck out. I was like, oh my God, the whole time. My anxiety was through the roof. So it was one of the episodes that when I was personally rewatching season 1 over and over again, that I sometimes, most of the time, avoided, because it just had my blood pressure up to here. And the only part that I really wanted to see was Lil Murda and Uncle Clifford in the office, because everything else, and then even that, like, I had secondhand embarrassment from the first from the VIP room scene. Like, it just had my pressure up. And so it used to be a 3 emotionally because it had my pressure up, but developmentally it's a 5. I'm gonna just be up in the middle, because now that we rewatch it and dig all deep, now I'm all like, oh yeah, it was real good. But baby, I had to go to therapy after
you have
my
said
therapist about that episode.
John, you have said that you needed to go to therapy for this show, for this specific episode.
This specific episode had me
Kimmy. So Kimmy, as a writer on the show, I know it's tough.
It is tough. But I think Jiggy helped me, because she said there can only be 3 5s. And it falls in my top 3 episodes. My top 3 episodes, I'd say, are 206, 205, and this one.
Really? 206, 205, and 108.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But again, I'm looking at it as a writer, and I think why this is a 5 mic is people don't understand 50 pages is not a lot. And Katori's ability to tie all these storylines into making your heart race was, I think, a masterpiece. Like how the Keyshawn thing came out, episode 7 having this beautiful moment with Uncle Clifford and Murda, and then for this to be the downfall, the Haley thing. I just think that as a writer, I watch it and I'm like, wow, she really built it up to this thing where now I'm stressed and waiting for season 2. And to be honest, this was the episode that made me want to write on the show. And
really?
So it's a 5 mic for me.
I love that. Yeah. I love that, Kimmy. Oh,
But
wow.
I was stressed just like you. For me, whenever I'm stressed, that's an indicator that it's a good episode. So yeah.
Okay, so I have a question before we move on. So when you say it made you want to write on the show, how did you start writing on the show?
So I was writing on another show that, anyway, I was writing on another show.
Okay.
And it was also on Stars. And so a lot of the execs had like sent my stuff to Satori, and I had a lot of people like, you should write on the show, you should write on the show. And so Satori read my sample, called me in. But it was the meeting with her. She's very just, I always say I work for showrunners, not shows. And I just knew I would learn so much from this woman, and I knew that I would be changed by being in her environment. And so it was like the best showrunner meeting I had, and then got the job.
Wow, I love that. Okay, then. Well, before we move on, you already know it's time for the drop.
Hey family, if you're listening to this on a podcast platform, do us a favor and follow or subscribe so you never miss an episode. If you're on Spotify, make sure you press those 3 dots and hit us with that 5-star rating. If you're on Apple Podcasts and have a little extra time, after rating us 5 stars, leave us a written review as well. If you are watching in full HD on YouTube, rate, subscribe, then tell us what you think in the comments. Last but not least, be sure to check out our website at PynkSunday.com for original articles and exclusive content.
A little jingle, y'all. I'm so impressed. Oh, love it.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. We appreciate that. Okay, listen, we be on them conference calls for a reason. Okay,
every week.
Okay, every week.
Yep.
Listen. All right then. So next up, saints or ain'ts?
Okay, so this is how we do saint or ain't. We're going to give scenarios, and the main person that we're giving the scenario for in the saint or ain't, we trying to decide, do you think that they are a saint for how they handled the situation, or are they an ain't for how they handled the situation? And then Ja has a special category called sa-ain'ts. When they're kind of in the middle.
Just making shit up, to be honest.
Yes.
When they're kind of in the middle and you don't have them one way or another. So the first one is Big L trying to save the club by being the plug. Do you think Big L is a saint or an ain't?
Saint.
In the middle. Okay.
It's one of those situations of, what's that saying about good intentions? All roads to hell.
All the roads are paved with good intentions.
Yeah.
That's what it is. That's what it is. But the heart is of a saint. It's just in the direction of ain't.
Yeah. Basically.
Yeah.
He meant well, baby.
Yeah.
Yo.
I'm trying to think if he would have been able to save the club with this. Would he have been able to get the amount of money that Uncle Clifford needed in time by doing what he did with Duffy? And I don't think so. So I'm gonna give him an ain't. I think he was just doing shit at this point. And then when the shootout happens, he runs the opposite direction because he knows he got 3 strikes. I love Big L, but sir, you should have been in the office helping these girls. They ain't here getting their ass whooped. You not where you supposed to be.
Nobody's watching these cameras.
Yep.
Nobody.
Yeah, Big L's an ain't for me.
So I give Big L an ain't for this specifically because I don't feel like that was his reason for being the plug. Like, I feel like it sounded good. Like when Duffy was like, so what are you gonna tell Uncle Clifford if she find out that you doing this? I'm gonna tell her that you saved me once, let me save you. I feel like that's how he rationalized it in his mind. Like that I'm going against her rules, but I'm not, because when she comes, I'm gonna be like, see all this money I got for us. But I don't think that that's why. I think he was doing it. I think it was very self-preservation, which I guess there's a little ain't-ish in there, because self-preservation should be top line for everybody in any situation. But I just don't feel like that's why he did this. I think it was the club about to close down. I need another option. This is an option I'm taking. Now, do I think that he would have helped her if she needed it? Absolutely. But I don't think that's why he's doing it.
So I'm going to give Big L an 8. And I would have, in the season 1, he would have been a saint. Something about the way that the end of season 2 played out got me side-eyeing the fuck out of Big L. Like, I'm not really sure about this guy anymore. So I'm leaning towards, because like you stated, he wouldn't have got the money in time to save the club any fucking way. So I really think he on some other shit. That was just to make Duffy feel better a little bit about getting in on the bullshit. And so, because in season 2, he still wasn't trying to get, like, did he get any money between then and there? Like, what's happening? Big L, I'm side-eyeing him. He getting an 8 from me.
Yeah, I think my issue really is not seeing any goddamn cash. Like, where the money at? I don't know how much money coming in, sweetie. So if I don't see any stacks, I mean, I really don't have an opinion to know what's the reward. Like, you're risking a lot here, because Unc has done a lot for you. Like she's always said, who gonna hire Big L ass? Like, apparently you just can't get a job nowhere else. Like, I mean, obviously, the bank is all you can, that's it. So it's like, you're risking a lot doing this, because you know that there's no selling drugs. There's not this, you are risking everything, right? Hiding this. So it's like, I'm not seeing the risk. I don't know how much money is this. Like Jiggy said, how much are you going to make? Is it enough to save the club? Because I think, honestly, I feel like if Big L had the stacks, the amount that she needed, even though she doesn't want that in the club, I don't think she would turn it away. Like, if he had the money that she needed, I think she'd be like, what the fuck, Big L? But shit, yeah, let's pay this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Go ahead, York. What you think?
I'm going to agree with everybody here and give it an 8 for all the reasons you stated. This is kind of petty. He should have been watching them cameras. People getting their ass whooped in this room. And had you just been doing what you were supposed to do, or if you had run out and did this little thing and then come back and watch the cameras, we could have avoided all of this mess. So it's an 8 just based on the cameras alone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree with that. Okay, so Haley using her money to save the club. Y'all, is she a saint or an ain't? Now this one right here, that's a big one. What you think, Kimmy?
It's tricksy for me. It's very tricksy. It's like the opposite of Big Al, right? It's like, I feel like Big Al had good intentions, but it was just like the wrong road. Whereas Haley, I'm like, saint, but disguised, you know what I mean? Like, it's an ain't disguised as a saint. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I just never trusted that girl. You know, I just never. I don't trust her, and I think that. I mean, we see even in season 2 how like it's not giving saint behavior, you know, and so I'm gonna give it an 8.
It's difficult for me to ever call Haley a saint.
Yeah.
Even though, I mean, she did something good for the club, but it's Haley, so I can't. It's like, at this point, what else is she gonna do? She doesn't have anywhere else to go. So she and like Uncle Clifford said in season 2, you better have saved this damn club. These people just risked their lives for you and helped you when they halfway don't damn like you. So yeah, she had no choice, but she still didn't have good intentions. So she has to be an 8 for me. I can't see any reason for me to ever call Haley a saint. So yeah, she's definitely an 8.
Oh man, that's hard.
I just don't. I agree with Kimmy. I don't trust her. Never have. And it just seems like she's so out for herself and so manipulative that it's just like ain't nothing good gonna come from this. You only looking out for you, so it's an 8 for me.
Yeah. I think we were supposed to think she was going towards sainthood, but the signs were there. She gets a big 8 from me because the signs were there. Like from the first conversation, you know. It's always fuck Haley, except every, you know, I sprinkle in a little, oh, okay, that was cute or whatever.
Okay. So we have a comment from Trail the Truth at YouTube. She had malicious intentions and she knew she did definitely. So she's definitely an 8, basically. And I think I'll co-sign with her being an 8 all day, every day, even in her thong on the worst day. So, yeah.
Okay.
All right. So we're going to move on to Andre letting Haley win the bid for the club since we are there. How do y'all feel about that? Because he know that phone, that he picked up that phone. He was like, hello. And he was like, oh, yeah.
He was nailing his ugly ass wife to the bed and Bora Bora.
So what do y'all think about that? He went against his granddaddy on that one.
This one is hard for me because the going against Goddaddy and all that, to me, is kind of ain't behavior because of how much Tydell had been there for Andre. So, like, in life, your loyalty should be to Tydell and not to this chick that you just met. And, like, at this point, have they, like, semi-fucked? They haven't actually fucked yet, right?
He barely smelled that coochie in the room. He barely, them titties just grazed him a little bit. That's all. He ain't get nothing.
Yeah. They did phone sex, and that's about it.
So, like, you dry hump and stuff like that. The priorities are just not in the right places. Like, it's cute. Like, it could be considered cute, but it's not, because you literally went against the man that funded your education, was telling you you could be president when everybody was telling you can't be that, like, brought you into this deal when he didn't have to. I'm sure as the mayor, Tydell knows a million other lawyers, a million other people that could have done it, but he very specifically brought you back because he loves you and he wanted you to be a part, make the 5% commission, do all that. So to go against that person for this chick you just met, that's ain't behavior to me all day, every day.
Yeah. Ooh. Okay, Tia, you slid, chick. Okay, girl. Oh, sis, I don't even want to come behind you on that. I guess I agree with you, girl. Damn.
Yeah.
What's up, Jiggy to the left? What you got?
Oh, he's definitely an 8. there's no reason for him to be a saint here. Like, there's no excuse of he's trying to keep a small business in the community. None of that. You did this because you was trying to fuck and you didn't want her to go nowhere. That's all that was. So, and your wife is sitting right here next to you.
Whole ass wife.
Right next to you. No, you ain't all day.
But hey, do y'all know what Tia called his wife?
What? Suck a dick, MD.
She got her lip back. I'm gonna take with her.
Okay, wait, York, that's not your best friend, is it?
Who?
Okay, sorry.
My best friend is Kimmy. My best friend on the show?
No, because you remember you said your best friend working the show, and I said, "Oh Lord, you didn't call the best friend suck a dick."
Girl.
It's Kimmy.
Kogi.
Lord.
So,
What?
How did that take you so long? How many eyes?
Now I do have another friend on the show, but he's in season 2. John Stewart.
Oh my God!
But no, we talk about
no.
Morocco.
and also Morocco. Yeah, Big L is fun.
Ty, I knew about Kimmy. Hello, I thought you was talking about an actor.
You asked the question.
Oh, bitch! I thought he was talking about an actor when we was talking about the actor, and then I asked you about the actor, and bitch, you said sucker MD. Oh, bitch! I'm sick of y'all hoes. Can we move on?
I'm trying to slide on so we can take the pressure off. So I'll pick it up. Where are we at? We still on Saint or 8, right? Okay. Andre. And I really don't know what his intentions are. So I agree. I feel like his loyalty should have been, but I also think he knows that his goddaddy is doing some underhanded, unscrupulous shit. His morals on the line, but this ain't have shit to do with none of that. I think he was afraid that if he fucked with Haley a little bit, because now he's like, who the fuck are you? Like, you was just some poor stripper bitch I was trying to fuck on yesterday. Now you got $250K. Like, I don't understand. So before I think I'm winning and you come over here and tell my wife what the business is, because it was like a last minute kind of like, oh shit. So he getting a ain't because I don't even know what his intentions are. Fuck you, Andre.
Okay.
But good looking out though.
Okay.
Good looking out though.
Yes. So fuck you, Andre. And with that, we're going to move on. Tia.
What are we moving on?
What else do we have?
What's the next thing?
Hey PValley family, make sure you're also tapping into our Noah's Ark rewatch every Tuesday at 10 p.m. Eastern. Details will be on both our Twitter and IG pages. Make sure you're following us and use hashtag Noah's Ark rewatch.
Baby, I hate us. But anyway, so just to
much smoother than they normally are.
Just to remind y'all, no, when I say I hate us, I mean I hate me. Anyway, so just to remind y'all that we are on break. Thank you, Lord. Okay. And we will return for Jump in the Broom. Correct, ladies? Jump in the Broom. When are we returning? Next week.
July 11th.
Okay. July 11th.
10 p.m. Eastern.
Yes, 10 p.m. Eastern. Okay. So now it's time for What You Said.
I get so caught up in the jingles. That's so cool.
Right.
Okay, so in what you said, what we do is we go over some rewatch tweets. We're going to put them up on the screen, read them, and then share our opinions. We have a bunch in here, but we're only going to do a couple. We were rewatching it up. And how many are in here?
Oh, my God.
But let me go. This is the one that I want to do first. So...
Tomatoes.
Oh my God.
Tomato. So,
oh my God.
Chunky Falunky.
Happy birthday, Chunky Falunky.
Happy birthday, Chunky.
Happy birthday.
One of our Pink Posse whose birthday is today. I didn't even listen to Screaming Murda because of these damn push-ups, the absolute audacity. And I'll add, if niggas don't have shit, they have the audacity. And then Tornado, It's All Love. She's not Tornado now. She's Tori.
That's Tori.
Tori now. I don't know what the name is now, though. But it's Boo, Get Off the Stage. Tomato. And then John Tisha said, I wish Cliff wasn't busy because why the fuck is LaMarcus still there and performing in the club?
I don't understand. I don't understand. That's, sis is really a good woman. That's a good woman. Like, for real, because you did her like that and she said, I'ma still let you perform. I'ma still let you shine. That's a good woman. I'ma still let you shine, even though you hurt my feelings. I'ma still let you get on my stage and do motherfucking push-ups. Cause see, somebody like me, I'd have been and swept your ass like Karate Kid. But anyway, y'all can.
I know. Is when I first watched this, I remember I was like, he came out and I was like, I had, how I'd be like, my ADHD, pretty butterfly. I'd be like, doing all this other stuff. My attention span is trash. Yeah. So like, I walked away, came back. I was like, is he doing push-ups on the stage? Why he got no shirt on? Why is he looking in the camera? What is going on? So like, what's happening? And then Screaming Murda, like I told y'all all the time, I couldn't even listen to that every time it came on the soundtrack because I was like, this is the push-up song. Fast forward. I was like, you are not on my good stage doing push-ups after you just acted a whole act. Why are you in this club right now, let alone doing push-ups shirtless on stage, looking in the camera, rapping? What is going on?
The show must go on.
This show would have to end.
In both those situations, I would still perform. Because I'm not about to like leave, and also it's like mutually beneficial because like the more hype the club is, the more drinks you're selling, the more, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
okay.
And I'm also that chick where I'm never gonna let you know how pissed I am. So I feel like with Uncle Clifford, once I have my say, I'm gonna leave you guessing as to how pissed I am. And Uncle Clifford is passive aggressive like me. So I just feel like she's not going to be like, get off my stage. It's like, okay, continue. Get off my stage. Because I feel like she holds more power that way.
And she left them on red for 6 months. So, yeah you're right.
I always love that.
You're right. She passively aggressively left them on red for 6 months.
Show your cards. I'm gonna get
my money. God. Yeah. That is very true. Okay. Let's see. What's the next one?
All right. I think this is the one I want to do. Quita says, do y'all think Mississippi was just using Murda in the beginning?
Yeah, I think he was just capitalizing.
100.
It was mutually beneficial. I think they were using each other. I don't know if I would say using, but I get the word. They were helping each other out to me.
Yeah. But she did come at it like, I saw y'all. So we gonna help each other. So I don't know that Murda had a choice in that situation. I I just think it worked out for Murda because they ended up being like brother and sister. But she very much was like, you want to do something for me. Don't you worry about that. Okay. It was giving soft blackmail.
Soft blackmail, Kimmy.
So gray mail?
Gray mail.
But also, when she saw them, she could have done when you pretend like you didn't see something? Like, she laughed. Like, I see y'all.
Yeah, that would have been me. I'd have been like, oh, shit. And I would have stayed too.
Yeah.
That's true.
But I feel like Keyshawn's very like, she assesses the situation and she figures out in the moment, like she's very good at deciding what's going to give her the best outcome in the moment.
Agree with that. Mm-hmm.
And she's very not self-serving, because how did she end up with Derek? But I think she is very much like, what's the best for me in this situation?
There is a case that could be made for her being with Derek originally being self-serving, but we're not in that.
I know that's
we're not in that segment right now.
I was just fixing up. I was like, "Oh, Kimmy, wait, stay there." And then I was like, "Oh God, we don't have that much time."
Yeah, we're not in that segment right now.
Okay. So, let's get it going because we about to get into the what, ladies? The bottom bit.
Oh wait, I had one more that I wanted to put up.
You have one more? Okay, girl.
Because it's mine.
It's yours. I cannot stand this girl.
Bye, Tia.
So
I know that's right.
Girl, don't encourage her.
I know that's right. Speak the truth.
Had it been me in there, I'd have said, you weren't acting like that when you had my dick in your mouth down by the water a minute ago.
Smell your breath. And
that's that selective memory. That's that selective memory. And sometimes you have to refresh.
Refresh, okay?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
You remember down by the water when you was blowing the smoke in my mouth? You remember?
He really was though.
He was.
I just like to adjust my initial thing on that moment. I do think it's a red flag. I do think it's a red flag because I'm just thinking, what Murda promised, and it was just a hand. How are you gonna? You can't even deliver on a quarter of those things. Just a hand, and you're panicked.
Hello. That's what we was trying to tell you, Kimmy.
You know what?
I think once
I may not come when you need me, but I
will come.
In real time growth
jogged her memory about the stars and all that happened down by the water.
Baby.
It was like, wait a Mississippi minute. Yes. This was like right after, because the stars had us all swooning.
Yeah.
And we acted a whole ass in that VIP. I promise you that would have been me. Like,
and then
the water.
Smell your hands and say that again.
And then he talking about this is Uncle Prentice Pecan whiskey, like just giving her all the little specialties and blowing the smoke in the mouth and rubbing on her dick and just all kinds of stuff. Like it's just
that's how they get you. That's how they get you. Next thing you know, you shuffling through LA in your house shoes, mumbling the nigga's name, don't know what's going on.
So you've heard.
It's right. I've heard from you.
So you heard.
Wait a minute. It's giving. No, wait.
Is the person with the house shoes?
You said house shoes.
The person with the house shoes here with us now?
Giving the call that's coming from within the house. But it's fine. We're not here for that.
Okay, were you in a bathrobe though? Like, was it just giving house shoes, robe? Like, oh baby, it was sad.
It's giving Mary J. Blige. I'm going down. It's okay. It's all right.
Listen, everybody here has had a house shoes moment. Don't have me out here feeling like.
We have. The only person that might be Jiggy, because Jiggy that cutoff is quick.
Yeah, Jiggy. Oh yeah, Jiggy. Now listen, one thing about Jiggy, baby, she get not even a pink flag. It's just like.
She get jiggy with it. She like, I'm out.
No. It don't even have to be a pink flag, honey. I don't even know what kind of flag it is, but she be done. Bye. What you said, Jiggy, as soon as it's irritation or just anything.
Get on my nerves, I can go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Now, before we move on to the last segment, I did have a question for York. So you were an actor originally, and then you kind of happened into playwriting because you wrote a play about a creature in the 60s that was openly gay or something like that.
Yeah, come on, research.
Just a little.
Yeah, we're getting hired today.
We're trying to steal our co-host.
So when I was in grad school with Kimmy, I was in the process of coming out, and I didn't know what to do with all of this, like, because I grew up in a very religious household, and so I didn't know what to do with being gay and like what my relationship with God was going to be now. And so I wrote this play about a preacher in the 60s who was gay and was the head of this church. And then the one lover that he's ever had comes to town at the beginning of the play to try to make things right so they can be together. And it sets off all of these different events. But yeah, that was my first play, and that was the thing that got me into writing. Yeah.
Right, I'm like, dang, I need to see that.
Yeah, it's my favorite play. Like, have you produced it ever, or you just wrote it and?
It's had some workshops, but I actually turned it into a TV show, and it's my sample now. So it got me my first writing job on TV, and I'm hoping we can get it made.
Yes, that's amazing. That's amazing. That's amazing.
When I heard that, I was like, wait, and I'm like looking up, trying to find it.
That's amazing.
And I was like, well, I'm just gonna have to ask him when we get on the show.
That's amazing. And I just want to.
His other play is going to be opening in New York.
That's what I was just fixing to ask you about and tell you congratulations, because
thank you so
we
much.
are on air. Congratulations for the Covenant. It's opening this fall at the Roundabout Theater in New York. Yes. So proud of you.
Thank you so much. I'm very excited. It's my first production, so it's gonna be good. So if you're in New York, come on out.
I know. Happen to be in the area.
I know. We've talked about that being our girl trip. Actually, look at Jiggy over there. Why are you acting like we ain't talked about that?
I did not say that.
She didn't say it.
I ain't open my mouth. I'm just sitting here.
Anyway, if we are there, we will be coming to see you.
Please do.
Absolutely.
Yes. It's a good time.
Okay, so we have to decide who's the what, Tia?
The bottom
bitch. The bottom bitch.
So basically, the bottom bitch is how it sounds. It's basically who won the episode. Our version of who won the episode. So I don't know who mine is for this one. Who won?
I had something crazy last night, and I'm trying to remember. So
I'm gonna give it to Mercedes. I feel like she really did not have to go in there, and for many reasons. And the fact that she went there, to me, shows that, like, despite whatever had gone on between them, she was gonna have this woman's back. So I'm gonna give it to Mercedes. And then her mama played her like that at the end. You know, I'm gonna give it to Mercedes. She's going through so much, and she didn't have to do it, and she did it for this other chick. I'm gonna give it to her. I love a girl's girl.
I'm gonna give it to Uncle Clifford because of the simple fact She was the only one watching them cameras.
You and these cameras.
I'm obsessed because why do we have cameras if nobody's gonna watch them?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody would have been dead in that room. Everybody would have been dead. It would be a whole different show.
Right.
Had Uncle Clifford not finally looked at the cameras because these other niggas are out off fighting white men and doing the drugs and carrying on. Uncle Clifford was the only one that looked at the camera and did what needed to be done.
Oh my God, that's so true.
That's very right.
So I'm gonna piggyback.
Having our hearts broken.
That's
right.
right.
That's what I was gonna say.
That's the biggest part. Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Yeah. So I was piggybacking off of York because I agree. Uncle Clifford held it down the entire night, regardless of her personal situations. She was watching the camera. She was trying to keep everybody on point. She was trying to let Murda have his moment, got her heart broke, dealt with that, and still was like, oh, hell no, there's some shit going on in the Paradise Room. I cannot fight, but I'm going in there. And she took her ass in there and got slung around, but she showed up. And then, everything that went down, and she still, them shoulders still broad, still head held high. Uncle Clifford.
Oh my God.
I have Uncle Clifford, I guess, for some of these reasons, basically because she got her club back. To me, at the end of it, it's like you won the episode after all this. But like Josh said, her shoulders were high. She was like, even like what she said with Murda, like, they need me tonight, so I'm gonna go in here. We gonna get this last night out. We gonna do that. But tomorrow I might not be okay. But today, and the whole time, her shoulders were held high. She looked as good as she wanted to look at the fume. I said, okay. It's one of my favorite looks on her.
Yeah,
and everything. And then, like Ernestine said, something gonna work out. I feel it. And she just kept rolling, and it worked out. And she got her club back now, kinda. Once we see it in the,
a little bit,
15% season, but at the end of the day, she got a club back. She still got the paint.
Yeah.
I think for me, it is Unc. I think the word I'm going to use for her is perseverance. And I think she really showed that this episode, to think about losing your entire club, which for her is her life, right? And lose your love, which, as we know, she does not open up to anyone. So you've kind of had your heart completely broken. You lose your club, or so you thought, right? So now we're dressed in black, like, which I thought it was somebody really died. Like, I thought we were actually going to a funeral. So I was like, holy shit, somebody really died. I didn't know. Yeah, I didn't know who was dying. But, like, at the end of the day, it really showed the strength in who was the HBIC of Chuckalisa. Like, I think that really established at the end of season 1, like, oh, she is truly the queen of Chuckalisa. She really went through it, came out on top. So, yeah, she definitely deserves and we usually give it to Murda, the jukebox, the bottom, his ass, whatever. Yeah, but at the end of the day,
So I didn't really have one. I wasn't sure until I heard y'all start talking, and I was like, okay, I can't give it to Mercedes because she crying on the sidewalk with no wig on. So you out. And then I love my Uncle Down, but I can't give it to Uncle Clifford because you ran in this room and then proceeded to get your ass whooped with the other 2 girls that's already in there getting their ass whooped. So you out. I have to give it to Haley. Haley has to be the bottom bitch to me, even though she got her ass beat in that room. Also, her abuser is dead. She has the money. And now she came in here without a pot to piss in at the beginning of the season, and she ends the season as majority owner of the Pink. So to me, she has to be the bottom bitch in the season finale.
York.
You know what? I think you're right. We may not like it, but I think you're right.
Yeah, I don't like Haley at all, but to me, at the end, she was in the best position.
Points are made.
White suit, looking
Points
great. Yeah.
are made.
Points are made. Points are made.
Points are made.
I
York
like
is
it.
like, I don't give a fuck about them points.
No, you're right. You made some good points. I don't like it at all, but I agree with you.
It was hard, but yeah.
Yeah. Ooh. All right. Okay then.
Well, thank y'all so much for joining us for this 2 whole hours. You guys were incredible.
Thank you.
So much fun.
So much fun. And thank just on behalf of like the writers' room, thank y'all for doing this. It's so much fun to like hear y'all talk about the episodes and just like have people that are continually like looking at the characters and talking about them in these ways. We learn a lot from y'all, and what even now just listening to how you talk about these characters is like very inspiring, and it like will feed back into the show that you watch. So it's like a little infinity circle. And so like I know in the writers' room we're so grateful for y'all and like leading these rewatches. So just thank y'all from the writers' room, from me. Like it's really truly just amazing.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
So Kemi and York, tell them where they can find y'all on the socials, etc.
Y'all can find me on Instagram and Twitter. I'm on a little social media break, but I'll find you when I get back at Kemi, KEMI_YONDO.
I am also on Instagram and Twitter at Issa York Chop, ISSAYORKCHOP, and then also the podcast
at How Red Is Red. And we will have little intermission music next time we get
Y'all have put us to shame on today. So we go.
But y'all got a cute studio. Like,
I know, that's what I'm saying.
Yep.
We are not even together though. That's the thing.
I got pictures and purses, and we got all kinds of stuff in our backgrounds.
Right. Y'all in the whole studio.
Listen, but y'all got jingles and y'all pulling up stuff live. Listen, we gonna work on it. We appreciate y'all having us.
So outside of Covenant, do you have anything else, other projects coming up, York, and also you, Kimmy, outside of PValley coming back when it does?
Listen, we on strike. The writers are on strike, so we are hoping for the best. We're hoping that gets resolved. But we're both working on our own projects to, you know, outside of that. But strike life is rough.
Same. Actually, you know, as soon as the strike stops, I'll like be in Atlanta on set, get you all your season 3. And so until then, just working on my own stuff.
Yep. That's right.
Yeah.
We support the writers. I know that's right.
Yes, we do.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
What do you guys think of what's going on with the extension with the Actors Guild?
Yes. I was so shocked at that. I was very shocked.
Yeah. I just feel like there's so many guesses. Like, oh, this could mean that they're gonna get what they want, or this could mean that the like leadership is buckling, and I just have no clue.
Yeah, nobody knows. Everybody's just hypothesizing and trying to make the best guess, but we don't know until it happens. So it's just kind of like hope for the best and wait and see.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Okay, then.
Yeah.
Well, thank you again, guys.
Thank you.
Thank
you so
we
much.
Let y'all go so we can close out.
Yeah.
Thanks.
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
All right. So I'm going to close us out. I am Tia. Tia gets social everywhere. And just want to let y'all know, make sure that you are following our Twitter and have notifications on because everything drops there first. Make sure that you, with the notifications, you want to have those on because you don't want to miss one of these lives. You also don't want to miss any of our bonus episodes. As Kogi said earlier, we are taking a break this week on the Noah's Ark rewatch and the bonus episodes. But check us out July 11th. Ja, what you got?
I am Ja_the_goddess on Instagram, Ja the Goddess, all one word on Twitter. I hate to reiterate, but keep your FBI eyes closed next week because there will be no Noah's Ark bonus on premiere on Thursday and Friday, but come back the next week and we'll be there. Tanika?
I am at your girl Jiggy on all the things. You can follow me anywhere you don't already. You can also follow PynkSundayRadio on Instagram if you don't follow us there yet. You can, what the hell can you do? What is next? If you're looking for the bonus episodes, that's what's next. There's none this week, but the following week for Jumping the Broom, you can find those on PynkSundayRadio.com. That'll take you to Apple Podcasts. And while you're on Apple Podcasts, if you could leave us a 5-star written review, if you haven't already. If you're watching this video right now on YouTube, if you could like, comment, subscribe, turn your notifications on so you never miss any of these live videos. Kogi, what do you got to tell them?
I'm Kogi Mama on IG and Twitter. You can subscribe to our newly launched website at PynkSunday.com. There you will find original content, PValley related articles. We also have a new series, Best of PSR, a collection of moments during the week like you saw today. Finally, subscribe to our Linktree, /PynkSundayRadio. There we will make sure that, for instance, the interview we had today, we'll make sure that it's pinned at the very top so you can go straight to it. Thanks for listening and watching.
Pink Sunday Radio.